Hey y'all, welcome to Stivers Homestead. I'm Zach.
And I'm Jen.
And welcome to our backyard garden. Once again, if you've been here before. So this is the official garden walk, garden tour day.
Yeah.
A lot of things are pumping up with some progress. A lot of changes since last week. If you didn't catch last week's, we'll put it at the end screen so you can see it. You can really truly see the differences from 1 week ago.
Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, to me it feels like we're way ahead of the schedule this year. Maybe not.
Which is so weird because we are behind when we plant it.
Yeah.
It's such a weird game with gardening.
The growth is quicker this year.
Yeah, it really is.
It's probably all the rain and sunshine. It really helps a garden.
Yes, it does. We had a lot of that because we're in Kentucky 6B, so we don't normally get that summer shower or spring shower where it just pours down and then the sun comes right back out and it dries it up. We usually just get rain.
Yeah.
So it really has helped our garden, and we didn't have much transplanting shock this year either.
None.
So that allowed the plants just to go straight to growth and not have to heal and then grow. So I guess maybe we can say thank you for the freeze, the late freeze we had, because it took us later to get the garden out.
Yeah.
But I guess let's chitter chatter and let's just jump right into this thing. So always starting out with our beautiful potato garden that we have. So we did the roost stout method potato garden, and this might be the biggest jump in difference on size, don't you think?
I think so.
All right, here it is. Look at these potatoes. It looks like just a field forest of green.
Yep, and we're starting to get blooms too.
Yes, we are starting to get blooms, and look how pretty a potato bloom is. If you've never seen one, check it out. So I give you a little run down here, and so you can get a good view of them. We haven't had many issues with pests. You can see there's a little bit of nibble here and there that's on it, but nothing too crazy. That's just a little flea beetle, but it didn't do anything to harm the plants. If you are having an issue with things eating them more than what you're seeing on ours, you can use neem oil on these as well. That's safe to use. But if you have a little nibble, don't worry about it. Remember, your harvest is underground.
Whoa, something flew in my ear. We're really, really proud of this potato bed. I don't think we will ever use another method besides roost stout to do it. I mean, we get these potatoes up the weekend of probably June 13th. I think we're going to harvest them. Probably leave it vacant for a little bit, and then I think we're going to plant some more onions and some more garlic. So there's 4 rows. We'll do 2 rows onions and 2 rows garlic, and that'll be our stuff that sits over winter and hopefully grows really, really big.
Yeah, and maybe if we're lucky, we can get the onions out before the winter hits.
And then maybe plant another.
Right, for the overwintering round. But the garlic definitely would take over. So how do you know when your potatoes are ready? First, it's pretty good on timing.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the same on all of them. But actual physical plants, when they start to bloom and then they start to die back, is when you know that your potatoes are getting ready. Do your best to not try to sneak your hand in there and try to get a potato, because you never know. You might get the
sunlight to touch it.
That's exactly right. You don't want the sunlight to get into them, and if you do that, you might make a hole or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have topped them off. I think we'll probably top them off one more time with straw, just because we did it last weekend and they already have another foot.
Yeah.
And so you want to do it about every 6 to 12 inches of growth kind of thing. But we are so excited to see what's underneath all that straw.
Yeah.
So we're at the intro. That's not right. Intro. Oh, the intro. We're at the entrance on the backside. So every time we get here, we're like, oh, this is the backside entrance, and we should start from there. So we're starting from there this time. You don't have the pretty growth just yet. It's getting there. Our melons are coming up, but as you can see, if we step away, things are getting really, really green and pretty. And as soon as all this metal is covered up, it is going to be absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's do it. All right, what are you taking them to first, babe?
The okra bed. It's wild to see the grass already dying.
I know.
Because it's brown. Okay, so we got our okra here. We've got red burgundy, some orange, and some normal okra. And it got a little cool there for a few nights, so they haven't grown too much because they like it really hot. But they're still doing really good, so excited about the okra bed. Next is some peppers. We've got Durango peppers. What else in here?
We got some bullnose bells and 1 cayenne. So it's mainly just the Durangos and the cayenne.
Yeah, the peppers are growing well though.
Yeah, and then right here is our 2 honeydew melons. So there's one right there and one right there. Very excited about them. They're starting to get their true leaves on them. And soon they'll be getting them a nice little thing sticking up. We can get it trellised right onto the cattle panel.
So on the other side of the trellis, we have Tigger Melons, which are going to be really, really fun. I hope the kids love them. We'll see once we harvest them if they're any good. But same thing, when they get a little bit taller, their tendrils will attach and grow over, and we'll probably put them in some type of little netted bag to support them. These are all of our Bonnie Best tomatoes. If you're new with us, it's our favorite canning tomato and favorite slicer. They're awesome. You can get them from Baker Creek, and they make just a really beautiful red uniform tomato. All right, this is our cherry tomato bed. We did 8 this year, which I think is about what we had last year. We love cherry tomatoes. We've got Sunrise Bumblebees from Baker Creek. We've got Rosellas from Baker Creek. What was the other one?
The blue cream.
Blue cream berry.
And then what's that one? Vernisage? Is that how you say it?
Vernisage. Yeah. Vernisage is not a cherry.
What?
Vernisage is not. Is it?
Yeah, it's a cherry.
Is it? I don't think so. We'll see.
To the giggle.
I'm most excited about the blue cream berry. I think that one's going to be really sweet.
Yeah, I think so too. What is it, Ben?
It's a cherry.
It's a cherry. Yes! For once, I was right. All right, y'all. The 30-foot tomato bed is starting to look absolutely beautiful. I've came through, and what you want to do is as they start getting bigger, you want to start pulling off some of your lower leaves as we're doing the pruning. The reason for that is, as you can see here, they start getting really long, and then when they hang over, and actually we've let this guy go too far. So this is a good shot of what a sucker looks like when it lets go. So we are one stemming our tomatoes. And right here is the one stem. But as you can tell, it's suckered up here. And I must have just completely missed that one. But what it does is it basically starts V'ing your tomato plant. And so when it does that, you're really growing 2 main stalks. And so when you have 2 main stalks, but you're only tying to one thing, that's gonna give you a lot of weight hangover. So it's okay to still pick this. A lot of people are like, is that the top that I'm taking off? I promise it's not. You can just pull that right there, and then you're back to one main stem. So if you're curious and you didn't catch it, these garden beds are just made out of pine board fencing. Funny enough, it's like the privacy fencing you would see in someone's backyard. They sell them for like $1.49 at Lowe's. And so I decided, what a great idea to do. So we just used 2x4s here, nailed them to them. I didn't even cut the circles off the ends to kind of show the pine board part, and slapped them on here. And it was so cheap. We actually posted a video on it. I think we call it the $10 raised bed. Because that truly is how much it costs for one, 3x6?
Yeah.
Which it would go to here.
Yeah, they're perfect. With all that soil in there, they're not even bulging or anything. They're really, really good. Yep. And they're pine, they're not cedar, so they won't last forever, but they will last for a very long time. Right,
and one thing you could do is actually burn the sides before you put them on to make them last a little bit longer. What's that called? Shugi bond?
Shugi bond.
Shugi bond. So this is an orange jazz. As you can tell, we're basically getting almost to the cattle panel, so we'll be tying these up really soon.
They're growing so fast.
So fast. And I guarantee you, in last week's video, they're probably down to here.
They were. I swear, I'm telling you, the growth this year is incredible.
Yeah. Liquid fish, y'all. And the winner for the biggest growth that has truly touched the cattle panel is a pineapple tomato from, actually this one is from In My Garden. So this is pineapple tomato, is our top dog, it looks like, for the tallest growth. But I'm super happy with all of them in this bed. They look really healthy. We're not having any issues. Maybe a little yelling because we've had a lot of rain. But for the most part, everybody's coming back to that nice, beautiful hunter green that you want them to. So
yeah, I think we're out of the downpours, so hopefully the yellowing will go away.
Don't say it. Don't say it out loud.
I love this bed. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's looking great.
Okay, we got a whole nother bed of peppers. We love peppers as much as we do tomatoes, so we planted a lot. Not as many, but still a lot. Probably, how many do you think?
30 or 40,
30 or 40. We've got a whole bunch of kinds in here. We've got, and we did not start all these from seed. We tried. We ended up having to buy some from the local nursery. Some of them didn't germinate, and also the nursery just had some really cool varieties that we didn't have, so we wanted to buy some.
And you'll be able to tell which ones we started and which ones our nursery bought. Ours are the smaller ones.
But other than the peppers, I don't think we mentioned this last week, but everything we grow here, we start from seed.
Yeah.
And we do have some peppers from seed. We've got some, what is this?
Poblano.
Yeah, I don't like those tags.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got
Nursery tags.
poblanos. We also started a poblano. There's one of those. We've got some more poblanos and can't read the labels.
Tag with no name.
So, surprises.
Yeah, so there's some banana peppers. I think that's Sugar Rush.
Sugar Rush. But we don't plant anything too hot, so surprises don't matter.
Yeah.
We like all kinds of peppers, so it'll be fun. We've got some cayennes here. We've got some yellow monsters. And
here's a habanada right here.
Another cayenne and another yellow monster.
Nice. And then over here, we have sugar baby watermelons. Looks like we have three that have grown there. And down here we have Tigger melons. So one right there and one right there.
This is our Tomatillo bed. I don't care if I don't say it right.
Hang on. Tomatillo. Tomatico. Tomapipo.
Tomatillo.
No, we're kidding.
Tomatillo.
We're from Kentucky. Sometimes it slangs out that way. Have you ever heard all that joking and making fun of on, like, when they go to order Taco Bell, the quesadillas, and what's some of the other ones, different things like that?
Yeah.
It's from Kentucky.
Yeah.
We know it's Tomatillo. Y'all told us.
Sometimes it doesn't come out that way.
Right, y'all told us a lot. It's Tomatillo.
That's okay. It's fine.
But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be Tomatillo. We'll do our best, but that's just, it's in our brains now, and that's what's going to come out.
Yeah.
But Tomatillo.
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 Anyways, we have 7 of those, and I think these guys are growing the fastest of anything.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And I think the flea beetles have found them, but hopefully it'll be okay.
Yep, just keep applying neem oil,
There's
and I think they're already
lake
making
bugs,
better.
so hopefully they're doing their
Ooh,
job.
look at that guy. Let me see if I can get him. Oh, don't hide, little guy. Come on out. Where'd you go? There you are. Hey. See? Eat 'em up, buddy. Eat 'em up. And the garlic. Y'all see that yellowing that's starting to die back? Finally, it's almost time to harvest them. We are actually going to harvest them the same day as the potatoes on June 13th.
We're having a dinner of potatoes and garlic.
Potatoes and garlic. Hey, I'll eat it. But we're really excited. We haven't pulled up any. We're just holding our breath and hoping for the best on that day when we pull them all up for a beautiful surprise. All right, the worst bed that we got, thanks to flea beetles, our eggplant.
Apparently, flea beetles and eggplants just go hand in hand. Everything I've been reading.
And y'all, I have done so much neem oil and everything I absolutely can.
Soapy water, we've done peppermint oil, we've done it all.
And it is just not helping. And unfortunately, what that's causing is our pole beans on this bed to also get ate because they're all right here.
Honestly, at this point, I'm thinking about pulling everything up and planting some corn.
Corn?
Yeah.
Is it too late? Well, hey, why not, right?
I mean, it's 16 inches deep, right?
Yeah.
The beds are 16 inches.
Yeah.
We could grow some corn in here. Something that doesn't get too humongous if we can find a variety that's a little bit shorter. I'm thinking about it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
It's not too late by any means.
I know, but I don't know if I'm ready to give up on the eggplant.
I am.
You are?
It makes me sad.
Well, if anything, they're bait right now. At least
I mean, look at it.
here.
It's just sad.
It is a sad bed compared to all the rest of them. And then our completely untouched bed of beautiful green beans everywhere. So we have the tenderette bush beans right here, rattlesnake pole beans on the cattle panel.
Jade bush beans.
Jade's here.
The red and yellow from Baker Creek. They're going to be really, really pretty. And Blue Lake bush beans.
And then all these small ones are Blue Lake bush beans.
Yep. So we'll pull these up when they're done, harvest them, and then we'll plant. Oh,
that was me.
it scared me. We'll plant a whole nother round. And then I think either in the garlic bed that we pull up, we might plant even more bush beans, or if we decide to do corn, we might plant more corn. I don't know. Undecided. Probably bush beans. We love beans. We can a lot of beans, so we need to have them. And we need to have them for our potatoes, because we can green beans and potatoes too.
Absolutely.
And they're such an easy and quick harvest. Just do a whole bunch of them.
Right, and they are very pretty growing too. It just really fills a bed full of greenery. Oh, butterfly. Okay, and on the beautiful pallet trellises, by the way, I've been seeing so many on social media of you all making these. Absolutely love it. I hope you all love them too. But our cucumbers are doing good. Let me spin around. There you go, that takes the shadow away. So there's our cucumbers, powering on. And the ones over here are really already getting their true leaf going on and looking really pretty. Getting there soon.
We actually planted spinach here last year. I think it was in that pot.
It was.
But it ended up just the pot fell over, spinach everywhere, and we never harvested it because it went to seed. It was too hot. And I think they
It sure
reseeded.
is. It's all done in the bottom.
Again, not a good place for spinach.
Right, yeah, it went right back over. So the reason the spinach was under there in the first place was actually last year, one of the Stivers trappers that last year had a really good idea and was like, oh, that don't waste that space underneath the pallet, find something to like shade or cooler temps. And so he was like, hey, let's see if we can grow some spinach underneath there. Since it will be cooler, maybe we can trick it.
And we did grow some lettuce in the other pallets.
Yes,
really well.
Yeah, they did do really well. But yeah, so if you have spots like that that are real shady, maybe try to get you some kind of cool crop. We would probably suggest lettuce that's like clip and cut.
Yeah.
That way you're saving it from going to seed. And it wasn't bitter. It was really good.
Yeah,
But the spinach though, it went pretty fast. However, Jen's growing a spinach right here in her raised bed.
Yeah.
Or herb bed. That is heat tolerant.
Yeah,
so
it's not really a spinach, but it's like a spinach. It's Chinese amaranth, and it's really, really pretty, and it tastes good, and it grows well in the summer. Also, if you are in the South and it gets really, really hot, you can grow Malabar spinach, and it's very heat tolerant and does really well with heat and humidity.
I thought that was Malabar spinach.
No, that's Chinese amaranth.
Oh. I don't touch the tea garden.
It's like spinach when you harvest it, but
Gotcha.
it's not. It's just tastes like it and doesn't look like it, but tastes like it.
I mean, if it looks like a tomato and tastes like a tomato.
Is it a tomato? Is
No.
it a spinach?
It's amaranth.
Speaking of tea garden, this is the new tea garden section. We've got some parsley coming up. This is St. John's wort. Get off my St. John's wort, ants. Jerks.
Out here.
We've got yarrow coming up everywhere. We've got some purslane greens that are literally all over the place. We've got some fennel coming up really well. We've got marjoram. Here's the Chinese amaranth. It's too little to tell. I actually have some over there in a flower bed I'll try to remember to show. But it's really, really pretty. And here's calendula.
And also mountain mint. Somebody asked us, they were like, can you grow tomatoes in a grow bag or in a pot or whatever it may be? The answer to that is 100% yes. These are probably the biggest tomatoes that we have growing. I've actually got to tie down to the tobacco sticks, and they are huge. Give you a little shot there of them. So yeah, that's a Dad's Sunset. There's a white cherry, and then that one looks like it's faded off, but I believe that's an Anise Nowhere. And they are really, really getting big and looking beautiful.
Little boys, we're out of water, so pit stop. We gotta get them some water.
Pit stop.
Chamomile everywhere. It's really drawing in the pollinators, which is great. Lemon balm everywhere. 2 dill plants, which is doing well, and more chamomile.
Chamomile for days. Okay, we are actually taking you out of the garden because we did some garden expansion. We have had so many tomatoes left over that we was like, we're not letting these bad boys go to waste. We're gonna expand the garden and we're gonna grow them. So far you can see how we're getting started. There are 19 tomatoes in this bed thus far. There will end up being, what did I say, over 40?
Yeah.
Over 40 other tomato plants that are in here. But we have finally reached the end. So you can see from the back shot, there's our house, there's the backyard garden, and now we're starting to expand out of the backyard. We got the potato bed over here, now this one. I don't have the measurements, to be honest with you all. I just got the tiller out and I started just tilling what felt right, looking at the land. But it's daggone near 100 foot long. I would probably say it's probably around 75. But what I did is I just tilled up the areas. And where this is a brand new plot, you're gonna fight the weeds something awful. So since this is a new plot, we laid down weed tarp. We absolutely love weed tarp. We're not the hugest fans of it for like year after year after year. Just because, I don't know, we don't really like the look, I guess. But I promise you, if you have any kind of in-ground garden, if it's first year, second year, you want to lay this on there. And especially if you're not silage tarping them over winter, all the way till it's basically time to replant again, you're gonna have to use this because you don't want to have that large of a garden and be on your hands and knees pulling weeds or hoeing them out or constantly tilling, because I promise you, you're gonna have tall weed growth that's gonna take all the nutrients from your plants. So we highly recommend using the weed tarp. It is nothing fancy. I found this at our little place called Chisholm's. It was the only two you had left over, so that's why you got one that's a darker black and one that's a lighter gray. The lighter gray is actually thicker, so it's a much thicker mill. This one you can physically feel it's a little bit more papery. But the heavier the mill, the better it's gonna do, obviously, to kill down any of the weeds. But this works fine. We had this on our tilled garden and inside the backyard last year, and it was fine. The biggest issue is it's much lighter, so even the lightest breeze can take them up. Now, ideally, you would have the pins that you put in. That's what normally they come with. We didn't have any, so I just used rocks, and it works just fine. But welcome to the additional Stivers Homestead garden bed. So we got to finish doing our rows of tomatoes, but we're getting there. And meanwhile, while I was doing that shot, Raylan yesterday was sitting out here in the pool with us while we were working on this bed. I look over. She's in the pool, y'all.
It's hot. It feels really good.
Get out the daggone pool. We got to finish this garden tour. There she goes. We kid about it being hot. Well, we don't kid. It is warm outside, but today is actually a beautiful day. Yesterday was too. It's 75 today. It was like 70 yesterday. But tomorrow we jump back up into like 87. So we're really trying to take all of it in today, because who knows when we'll see 70 degrees again. Hopefully not till next fall. Over here we got a bunch of zinnias growing. Ray's so sorry. What?
Here it is.
Oh, my bad. Let me get in there.
Why are you in between it? Grass.
I can't see it. There's a shadow.
No, I can't pull that up.
Let me try to get close.
There's the Chinese amaranth multicolored spinach, which is not actually spinach, but it's like spinach. It's gonna be really pretty.
Well, there you go. And Ray's runner beans.
Apparently you sprayed fish minerals on that.
I did. And Ray's runner beans are growing really tall up this cattle panel. It wins the award for the first one. And y'all, she put like 20 beans in there. Yeah. And they're all doing great. They're starting to spread out now on the cattle panel. So grow some runner beans, man. Throw them in a pot. Over here, we got a few more zinnias that are growing, along with the Mexican love vine, which are very pretty.
Look at this bloom.
Let me check it out.
So as you can see, these are perfect for hummingbirds. We haven't had any yet. There's probably just too much daggone activity right here in this yard.
Maybe one
day.
And then over here on our back porch is where my prized zinnias are. So I got caught on a chair there. These are about to bloom, y'all. We are getting so stinking close. And they're gonna be so pretty, and I cannot wait. And then, of course, Jen threw some marigolds in there. Side note, I'm working from home, and I did even before this, but this has been our setup out here.
Yeah, this is where we spend our days. He's able to work here. I can sit here and talk to you all online, read a book, or whatever.
And stare at our garden.
Leftover Thai food.
Really, just anything we want, all the activities. All right, here's the big one. I think the biggest topic on social media, at least in our group this week, has been about squash plants.
Yeah.
So we wanted to run.
Time of year.
It's that time of year. So we wanted to run down some of the things that we have been seeing, answer some of those questions, and hopefully give you all a little ease of mind.
Yeah.
First off, before we get into anything, y'all remember what I told y'all a couple weeks back? Squash plants are resilient, besides for squash bugs. But when it comes to any kind of disease, they're very resilient. Yeah, vine borers. Non-bug related, they're resilient. So, as you all can see here with ours, we are starting to get quite the yellowing, aren't we? Normally, with any plant, when you get yellowing, it's lacking of some kind of nutrient. Not saying that your soil does not have that nutrient, it's normally because of overwatering or underwatering. Normally, the culprit is overwatering.
Yeah, you're washing all the nutrients out.
Exactly. So, we're finally drying up, and so the yellowing is honestly part of the after effects of being so wet.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to take action, and you have a bunch of water that's still going to pour down, you can throw just about a tablespoon of Epsom salt right at the base. Epsom salt does not give the nutrients to the soil. It allows the plant to absorb the nutrients that are in the soil, because right now they're all being washed out. So that's the purpose of Epsom salt. If it looks like you're going to dry out in your 10-day forecast, do nothing. Give them a little liquid fish, water normally, they'll bounce right back to green. Second squash issue that I've been seeing. Where's my squash? I've got all kinds of flowers. There's flowers everywhere, but I'm not getting any squash. Do I have a pollinator issue? Is there something wrong with my plant? This and that. No. Squash, for some reason, I don't know the technical term. I'm sure someone on YouTube does. But I can tell you right now, squash grows so many male flowers to start. They are like right off the get-go, they're going to start producing a lot of male flowers without females. Honestly, you're okay with that, because if your plants are about the size of ours, you want them to focus on the plant growth at the moment. You don't want them to really be getting too much going on. So, the difference between a male flower and a female flower, the male flower is just a stem. So this is a way you can identify them. It's just a stem with a flower, there's no bulge. A female flower has a very, very tiny bulge on it at the base. That's actually your fruit that is starting to grow. That's how you can tell the difference between the male and the female. So if you do have both of those and the females, that little squatty part, the actual fruit, is falling off, then yeah, your pollination is not going as well. But if you just have male flowers and nothing's growing, be patient, the females are coming. They're always just behind on the early stages of squash plants. But that's how you can tell the difference between male and female, and know that you don't have a pollinator issue yet, at least. Looking good watering my plants, baby.
It's hot.
Yeah, it's been sitting out in the
I've
sun.
been running it for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, you definitely don't want it to be too hot. That can hurt.
Yeah, it can hurt your plant.
Speaking of watering, we did a video last year on the correct way and wrong way to water. It was a good video, but the ultimate thing about it, without getting into too much detail, there's no wrong way to water your plants. A lot of people say, well, you got to do it in the morning or the evening because they'll get sunburnt from water. That's inaccurate. That's not true. Water doesn't work like an oil. So like neem oil, if you use too much of a concentrate, yes, that can burn your plants because it's an actual oil. So imagine putting oil on your skin. If you have water on your skin, does the water make you burn faster? It does not. And it's the same with plants. So you got to think of that part when you're doing any kind of watering. Now, the one thing that you want to watch out for with any watering is tomato plants. You don't want to overhead water. Well, those are in cups. The reason you don't want to overhead water is because of blight. That puts the leaves down into the mud and the dirt, and you don't want to do that. You're giving it a very high chance to get blight. But everything else, if you have to just throw a sprinkler on in the middle of the day, your plants would prefer that than having nothing to drink at all.
Yeah.
Of course, ideally, you want to do it in the morning and the evenings, mainly because of evaporation. You're going to get the plants are going to get all the water instead of the sun taking it from them before they can even absorb it in. So, a little water clarification. Oh, and soft water is better than hard water.
Yes.
Rainwater is better than your tap water. So, if you can rain harvest, do that over using what's coming out of the city. All right, then lastly, the green stalk. Y'all, really, this is going to be our first harvest of the year. We're really excited about it. Jen's finding a good one to pull out, but we tested one out the other night, and these radishes are delicious. Find them a good one, babe.
Tangled up. Let go.
Get them a good one, babe.
Trying. They're not all the way ready yet.
They're getting there.
Yeah. We tried one the other night, and they were really, really good.
They were really good. But some of these are just getting absolutely huge. She should have picked that one right there. That one's looking really good. But yeah, nasturtiums are about the size of my hand. They're growing over, and look there, y'all. We got one of them Thai things.
Thai things.
Tomatillos.
A lot of dirt on it.
That's good. Just eat it from the side. I get you away from the dirt.
Okay.
Hey, the greens are edible. They're delicious too.
No, they're good.
So the radish she just put up there is called a sparkler white. That's an MI Gardner radish that we have there. We've got some purple ones in the next one down, and then we get the long black radishes, which will take a little bit longer, not much, just because they're a much longer radish and not squatty and short. But we'll be harvesting them less than a week. They'll all be fully ready. Chickens like it?
I can't even do it. They're all fighting over it.
It's gonna be spicy. Just cut myself water. All right, so that was the garden walk. I think you saw basically everything. I don't know if there's anything that we missed this time.
No, I don't think so.
Maybe a pot somewhere, you never know.
Yeah, there's pots everywhere.
But you know, this time of the year, it's the patience, it's the waiting game. And you work so hard to get your plants started. Everything's in the garden now, so that work's past. And now you're just like, can I eat something? I want to get some harvest and actually start eating some stuff. But keep your patience. Don't hover over your plants too much. Don't be a hover parent. They're going to go through emotions of yellowing and hunter green and all those good things because of how the elements of the world work. But just keep your eye out for bugs. Do your neem oil. Again, once a week or every other day if there is a bug apparent.
Yeah.
Then other than that, sit back and relax. Drink a cup of coffee in the mornings in your garden. Enjoy the growth because there's something valuable about seeing the foot growth in a week, which is where we are right now.
And always have greens, herbs, radishes, stuff like that you can harvest every day and fill the void of waiting for all your food to come in, and just have those things on hand so you can use them when you cook.
That's exactly right, because gardening isn't just tomatoes, cucumbers, and green beans. There's so much more for you to experience out there. So if you're looking at your garden right now, you're like, man, I didn't plant all those awesome things. Start planting now. Start, looking at seed packs, start planning out your expansion. Take the downtime to be planning for your new goals for next year, because soon we're not gonna have the time to do anything. We're gonna be canning like crazy and harvesting like crazy.
And some of you are right in the thick of it, and we're jealous.
Kind of, we really want it, but also we know what's coming when tomato time is here. It's gonna be canning for days upon days. So, but yes, like she said, we're definitely jealous of that. From 6 being up, y'all are in the same boat as us in the waiting game. Maybe someone from down south can throw us a tomato. But yeah, just keep your patience. Don't freak out if you don't think that your plants are looking 100% perfect. If a plant looks 100% perfect, it's not being grown organically.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you haven't subscribed, please make sure to hit the subscribe button below. Oh, my bad. You say it. I'm going to wait.
If you haven't subscribed, do so.
One more time.
If you haven't subscribed, do so right now.
Boom. Gosh, she's got on it now, doesn't she? All right, y'all.
Okay. Well.
You missed your part. I even give her the point and everything. She knows that's the cue. All right, y'all.
We love you.
Until the next one.
Bye.
Get out of here.